Okay, could we have Mr. Wright come forward? Items 1, item 22, and I believe general public comment. Yes, sir.
Good morning, council members. Daniel Wright of the Law Office of Daniel Wright. Initially, I'd like to object to the posting of an amending motion without any opportunity to comprehend it or formulate useful public input. Number 1 on today's regular meeting agenda is consideration of a proposed amendment of the municipal code related to planning fees. Somehow, this city considers a land use or environmental appeal to be a service rendered by the city. On this basis, the CAO has proposed increasing appeal fees tens of thousands of dollars. But land use appeals are a fundamental governmental function, not a discretionary service of this council. In 1999, the voters changed the charter to create area planning commissions. Their very purpose is to hear quasi-judicial land use appeals. If appeal fees are raised out of reach of the average people and businesses in this city, area planning commissions will be at risk of having no business to conduct except rare appeals by developers. Public input often improves real estate projects, and this council is handsomely paid in part to hear them. Appeal fees in the city of South Pasadena are $50. That is a non-trivial amount, but it does support its citizens to be heard and to protect their interests. Will this city follow that example in the coming months? Time will tell. As to item number 22, I wanted to observe that this contract donates public property for $1. And I would encourage the city to look more closely at these giveaways to entities and to make sure there is true public interest. Here, there's a very valid purpose of the organization, but we've seen other examples of $1 giveaways that are questionable.
Okay, it's 1 minute.
General public comment. Daniel Wright on the behalf of the Law Office of Daniel Wright. Council members, I rise today to object to the pernicious practice embodied in Council Rule number 34 of city officials developing typewritten resolutions or motions to amend items of business prior to the posting of the regular or special meeting agenda for your meetings, and then withholding release of that amending resolution or motion until the item of business is called on the meeting agenda. There is only one purpose for this practice: to avoid transparency and opportunity for public knowledge of the change to action until seconds or minutes before the council votes to approve the item. If there is an intent of the City Council to amend proposed legislation or business, such written amendments ought to be released prior to committee consideration or at least prior to the posting of the meeting agenda so that the public can participate. This chamber ought to be a temple of democracy, not a mockery of democracy.
Thank you, Mr. Wright. Okay, members, let's vote. Mr. Clerk, on item 1, let's open the roll, close the roll, tabulate the vote.